Hello, my most amazing artist.
Today we're going to be making some peace sign art.
Two of our fancy art words that we're going to be using today are variety and overlapping. Variety means having different things, so having multiple things to choose from. We're going to be using a variety of sizes today, so we'll have some that are big and some that are small. Overlapping is when two things are touching, or if one is on top of the other. So our peace signs are going to be overlapping each other.
Let's check out the materials and get started.
So the materials that you are going to need is going to be a pencil, an eraser, some kind of Sharpie or a marker, and then something to color with, so you can use color pencils or crayons or markers. You're going to need some paper, either a white piece of paper or a notebook paper, and then you're going to need to find around your house a variety of circles. So it could be cups or plates or a roll of tape. We want a variety of sizes, so some that are medium, some that are big, some that are small. You're going to have to go around your house and find a variety of circles. What we're going to do first is using a pencil, very lightly trace some of our circles. And remember, we want to use a variety of sizes, so I'm going to start with this really big one. Another thing that you can do, it doesn't have to be perfectly on your paper. Some of it can hang off of your paper, so I'm going to let this guy hang off my paper. And remember, we want to trace them really lightly using a pencil. I'm using a variety of sizes. So I have some big, some small. I also want some to overlap. And when something is overlapping, it means that they are touching each other. And like I said, it's totally fine if some of your circles are hanging off the side of your paper. I think that looks pretty cool. Okay, so that is going to be our first step, is just to draw a couple of circles in a variety of sizes. Next, what you're going to want to do is find a circle that will fit into each one of those. So my big one, I think that cup, maybe this guy will be the next biggest. And I want to line that cup up so that it is in the middle of that circle. Let's see. Oh, that's a good one. So I want him to be right in the middle. So we're kind of making a ring around. Let's see, I think that's too small. Let's see. Oh, that's a good one. Next, we want to add that peace sign shape. So I'm just going to draw a straight line, and then one here, and one here. I'm going to draw a straight line, one here, and one here. Next, we want to make those skinny lines into thick lines, since we have thick lines around our peace sign. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go beside each one of those lines. what we'll end up doing is erasing that first little skinny line so that all of our peace signs have thick lines around them. But before we do that, the next step is going to be to figure out which one of your peace signs is going to be on top. Okay, so I want this peace sign right here to be on top. So that means that back here, this big peace sign is behind this one. So he is on top of this one. And I think I want him to be on top of this one too. So you're gonna need to take your eraser and figure out which peace sign or peace signs you want to be on top and which ones you want to be on the bottom. So since I want this big guy to be on the bottom, I'm going to erase this line and this one. So now, do you see how this guy looks more like he's on top? But I also need to erase this line. Okay, so now this one is on top of the big one. I also want this one to be on top of this guy. So I'm also going to erase that line. I might have to redraw this back a little bit. And when we go over these with markers, you'll be able to see those a little bit better. Okay, so now this one is on top of the big one and the small one. Okay, I'm also going to figure out which one I want to be on top here. And since in a peace sign, this, and this are open spots, that's why I left this line right here, because this is an open spot of the peace sign. So if it's open, we can see through it to the back of this one. That's what I also did here too. Okay, so when we go to trace these with your marker or your Sharpie, we are going to trace over most of the pencil lines. So I'm going to show you how to do this one first. We're always going to trace over the outline. And for me, it definitely helps to turn my paper as I am using the marker. Okay, and then I am going to trace these lines. Watch me. I'm going to do this one, and this one. So we don't want to trace that line there. Okay, so we'll do this one, and that one. We'll do this one, and this one. So here is what each peace sign, the finished product, should look like, except for now we need to erase some of our original pencil lines. So any pencil line that's left, the ones from the beginning circles and the ones from the skinny little peace sign legs, can be erased. So now we have this beautiful peace sign. All right, after you have your Sharpie lines or your marker lines done, then you can take your colored pencils or your markers or your crayons and design and color your peace signs however you would like to. There you have it, my friends. I can't wait to see how you guys use variety and overlapping in your artwork. Can't wait to see how you color, how you design. Have fun. Peace.